Hello, for my pitch research project, I chose to do the Newbie Hauser's MD, the revamp of the show Doogie Howser. It is Doogie. Doogie is back. This is the revamp. Doogie Howser is our main protagonist and our main character. He's the glue that keeps the show together. It's going to revolve around him and his life now that he's grown up. And we're going to keep in consideration the market for Neil Patrick Harris now that he is playing more of a comedy role, whereas the show was more of a drama, not a sitcom. That being said, should the market show that they want Neil Patrick Harris in the more comedy role, there will have to be story changes to the plot. Now we have Daniel and Derek Hauser. They're the other main protagonists in the series, but going through the show, you're going to find out that they are also the show's main antagonists to each other and their father. Now, the arc of the series is that Doogie is now all grown up. He's got an important position at the hospital and now has two twin sons who are prodigies just like he is. There used to be one big happy family that was until tragedy struck, which led to a split in the family and inner conflict between the two sons and Doogie. And the main goal is Doogie trying to get his family back together from the heartbreak that they suffered. So in the first season and its characters, we are going to set up, we have Doogie, the main star of the show, Doogie Howser. And we have Danny and Derek Hauser, who are Doogie's twin sons and grew up together really close, but have since had a falling out due to tragedy in the family, which is the death of Emily Hauser, the mother of the boys and wife to Doogie, due to a botched surgery. So Danny Hauser is a young lawyer who is making his way up through a big firm. He's angry about his mother's death. He's kind of out for revenge and justice for what happened. Now Derek, with the medical route, he is the kind of hotshot resident at the same hospital that his father works at. Bit of a ladies' man. And with his prodigy surgeon skills, develops an ego that his father constantly has to try and take down. Now, all three characters are dealing with Emily Hauser's death differently and trying to investigate what happened and the reason that she died on the operating table. This will bring us to episode 1, the pilot. We're going to be setting up the main conflict of the show between Doogie Howser and his sons. It's going to start out in court. Daniel Hauser is prosecuting the hospital in a medical malpractice lawsuit which Doogie is forced to testify in. Danny wins the lawsuit and after informs his father that he will mainly be representing victims in medical malpractice cases because he feels that it's his responsibility to bring justice to medical malpractice victims. So the hospital is now losing a lot of money due to the medical malpractice lawsuits that keep going on. Again, Danny feels like it's his responsibility to be representing these cases, but he's also kind of acting out of anger because of the mother's death. Now Derek, on the other hand, he is now working at the hospital. He's a resident, he's the rebel, and he's very, very talented surgeon. But he is developing a bad reputation among the other doctors because of his ego and his playboy attitude, which is also giving Doogie a bad reputation. Doogie makes an attempt to get the boys together to talk things out and be a family, but this, of course, fails. So this introduces basically the main conflict that the boys hate each other and Doogie doesn't know what to do, but he needs to try and get his family back together. And in this pilot, basically main characters set up between the boys and their attitudes and their personalities will show the inner conflict between them. So episode 2 is going to be basically an exacerbation of the inner conflict and introduce some external conflict going on in the show. It is the 1-year anniversary of the mother's death and Doogie tries to get the boys to the grave site to have a little memorial for the mom, but they end up getting in a fist fight at the grave, and basically makes the conflict even worse. Doogie's just trying to be a good dad, finds out about Derek Hauser's reputation and his actions in the hospital, sleeping around with staff members, disrespecting senior doctors, and Doogie has to put out those fires now. Derek takes on a new client who's suing the hospital for sexual harassment. The victim is claiming that Derek sexually harassed her during a surgical consult when she actually came on to him and he denied her. The rest of the show will be the main characters trying to figure out what happened during the surgical consult and Danny trying to figure out if he's going to prosecute his own brother or not. We're going to have a few supporting characters to help the show out. Celeste Max is the love interest for both Daniel and Derek, and she is going to be popular enough to change the storylines and bring focus to her. Our main antagonist is going to be Terrence Gallows. He's going to be our love-to-hate character. He hates Derek, always tries to get him fired. He's just a rival doctor who's jealous. Patrick is Danny's gay assistant, secretly in love with Danny. He's funny, witty, sharp. He defends Danny and looks out for him. Okay, our logline for the series will go: Doogie Howser was a child prodigy, but now that he has children of his own, it's going to take more than a great doctor to heal his broken family and deal with all of life's obstacles.